Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. And like always, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Today's episode, my chef talking reviews. I will be reviewing the Flash season 9 premiere episode titled Wednesday Ever After. Spoilers along the way, so make sure if you're not caught up, go ahead and do so. All right, let's go. All right, the episode starts with Barry running in and saving Central City. What looks like the encounter, it looks like he encounters the same villain from before. It looked like one of the monsters that Supergirl had on her show that was formed with a lot of different debris and different garbage and everything that formed some kind of monster. That's what it kind of looked like. But then we have Team Flash on the scene with Frost blasting the monster. Um, the Team Flash contained it in some kind of like orb, like a force field ball. Then we get to see Allegra. She used her powers, and then Cecile, she used her powers, her telepathic powers. She was able to elevate the guy. Really don't know how her powers work. Then we see pretty much the whole Team Flash, Chester, and then because everybody they all gather around after the big defeat. But then, as Barry realizes as he's talking to Frost that, like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Like, I lived this before. Like something's the matter. Then all of a sudden they start dropping um, with the red lightning in their eyes, and then just dropping like flies. Wasn't sure how and why, but they seem to be telling him things like you can't stop it. It's going to happen. So then all of a sudden we see them drop down and fall. Then right before Barry wakes, we see Iris falls into his hands, doing the same thing. So okay, so then we see Barry and Iris. They wake up that morning, pretty much feeling the effects of Wednesday. Back to usual, back to normal. Uh, Pretty Team Flash stuff after all of the big bads and everything and all of the events of last season. I believe they took like a 7 week vacation, so this is supposed to be the start of that day. Yeah, and like Iris said, being at home is like cozy and safe. So let's check see my notes. Yeah, so it looks like this was the beginning of the time loop since this was that morning. So that Barry he rushes off as he has some kind of big news to reveal to her, letting her know, like please say yes. Whatever you do, just say yes. We'll see, see about that later than what happens. So then we cut to Cecile training to use her powers. Look like she's throwing the football into a tire. I guess that's training her telepathic or empathic powers. But we see that they had looked like they had at Star Labs helping her train. Uh, but she can feel that something is up with Joe, like something is off. But then we get the cut scene. We go to Central City Citizen Media. We see Iris. Iris is in her element. We all want to see her do the journalism thing. It's been always teased and kind of showed us a little bit, so it might just go full fledged with it this season to let it play out her story. But we see her there, and I guess while she was gone, Allegra, she's been holding it down pretty much. Yeah, pretty much just holding everything down while she's been gone. Um, then letting Iris know what's been up. And at the same time, it's surprising that her and Taylor got along so well because if we all remember, um, last season they had like it was a falling out. She was connected to Allegra somehow. I believe like some kind of a time thing where whatever was going to happen to her was going to happen. They were going to encounter something bad or whatever. But since then, they fixed it, and I believe they resolved it. But yeah, but like I said, Allegra was informing, excuse me, she was informing Iris about what's going on. So then she lets her know that Cat Grant is actually wanted to buy the company. And we all know Cat Grant, played by Clarissa Flockhart over there on Supergirl. So they are on the same Earth in the same universe. So maybe it might be played by the same actress. Yeah. And then realizing that this is the timeline that starts what creates Bart and Nora because she wins her Pulitzer Prize, um, and it's like that was the flag. Like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here? But yeah, then we see Barry and CCPD talking to the captain about, I guess, like adding another job to his title, another workload. She explained to him it's kind of hard to do that while you be in the Flash. So she kind of like was letting him know, but he still was adamant about it. Then we get the reveal that Captain Boomerang is all across town, causing trouble. Then we see Barry. He zips over there, very confident because he already like knows what's going to happen. So he's like, introduce myself. I'm the Flash. Whatever. Let's go. But then he stops the Flash unexpectedly because he's like I said, I guess with that time map he's created already knowing what's going to happen, but it's not happened that way. So then we leave them with the Flash to talk with Barry and Iris, and now he's revealing the time map for the first time to Iris. Records on, yeah, I guess it records everything that's going to happen in the future. So it's like everything that he documented that is going to happen. So he pretty much can kind of do things or prevent things before it happened because he already know, which is cool. But as we see in the episode, it's not as cracked up as it seems. And we see that Iris, she's not very excited about it because she's like, it's one thing to know what's going to happen, but you will miss out on your experiences and your memories and everything if you already know what's going to happen. So that means it's very predictable and it get kind of dull to know already. And part of our experiences is basically living it and living in the moment. When they go to bed at night, we see the pink particles. Looks like from the time, like the time particles. But we see it when he wakes up in the morning or when he lays down. So when he wakes up in the morning, it's kind of like this is the beginning of that loop. Now, as they start their day, Iris starts to realize that by talking to Allegra and being at her job, that like she's lived this already. Like it's kind of deja vu. She's finishing sentences. She's already knowing what they're talking about or what they're about to say. Then we cut to Barry, same thing. He's talking to the captain and realizing he's snapping out on her because he's tripping somehow that he might be realizing that something is wrong because he asked her this question already and she already agreed to the job, but now she's backing out of it. So something's happening. So something's wrong. Then we see Team Flash and Iris asking Barry, did he time travel again? Because we all know this has always been a problem that when something happened, it's because he either created something by going in the past or going to the future or somehow time travel. So it's nothing new. And sometimes things that affects or the effects don't happen until like later on. It don't show up. So with Barry trying to fight Captain Boomerang another way, he tried to create another way to beat him, but ended up killing himself or dying in the dream. So he wakes up, him and Iris realizing that they're in a nightmare or that they're in a loop now. And that blue sock keeps showing up as we see in that episode to let them know, oh, it's the same day. So then we see Chester. He figures out that by scanning them that they've been exposed to the tachyon feedback loop, which scans detected like constant temporal particles. That's the science talk. We know. So cue the bad reference to Groundhog Day with Cecile. We all know that was coming. Now with Chester to figure out that Captain Boomerang has been stealing a Romer accelerator, like a mini particle accelerator. So then Barry's speed must have triggered it somehow or connected with it, where it's created like a temporal time loop. So he's basically living his day. Yeah. And here's a little Easter egg, little nod. The tech where the tech that was stolen or that Barry had got came from Cord Industries. So we all know that's Blue Beetle. So if you guys, haven't seen the Blue Beetle poster for the new movie that's coming out, go to my page and check it out. Real slick. I like it. I can't wait till the movie comes out. But as Iris continued to think that this is going to go on forever because it's been going on for 2 days, it's like nothing new to Flash. Yeah, it's nothing new to the Flash. But Barry just tell her to go about her normal day as usual, as Chester and Barry figures it out. But then we see the two of them every time that they try to fix the time loop or try to stop it, they keep losing themselves. They basically keep failing. They keep dying. They keep blowing up. Everything keeps going wrong to the point where now Iris, she feels like, okay, well, I've been living my life, knowing what's going to happen, and I've been living my life this way. So it's like pretty much I'm going to embrace this. Let's just let whatever happens going to happen. So we see that. Then him and Iris has a little thing. So he had to runs out, get a little air. And he ends up to Joe and Cecile's house, getting that talk from Joe. We get that famous Joe one-on-one talk, that fatherly advice, that pep talk that we need sometimes that'll motivate our heroes, and what better way than let Joe deliver that? Yeah, he just let him know that to change his decision on that time map, and just letting them know that it's the moments that count. We live in the moment, not knowing what's going to happen already. So then we see what leads to the takedown with Captain Boomerang, the Flash leading and Iris by his side, stopping Captain Boomerang together, and then they learn that he's using a nuclear bomb in which they don't have time and they can't stop. So we will see that cool shot when Barry looked like he's absorbing the energy, but it looks like he phasing the blast before it actually goes out. Looks like he's dissolving the energy. So which leads to the final spoiler, the Chester and Allegra kiss. We all knew was coming because we saw that future back in Armageddon, so we already know that they're going to end up together. So with Team Flash wrapping it up, reflecting on the day and the Thursday that they finally made it to, now we see Barry and Iris reflecting on everything that's been going on with them. Now how they can't catch a break, figured, well, when it comes to this, Iris getting pregnant in 3 months, they should just start now instead of waiting to the third trimester. Like basically start their honeymoon phase now and go ahead and go on a vacation. Start their newlywed stage, I should say. So then we see Cecile with the reveal of what's been going on with Joe. We see them talk, and he explains how he's been feeling with the 9 years, everything that's been going on. Like maybe it's time for them to leave Central City. But then now the end spoilers. So spoiler alert. If you didn't watch the episode, leave the room. But here we go. Now the end spoilers are the reveals. We see Barry getting alerted by Caitlin's phone, but we see that it appears to be Frost. But in fact, she says she's neither, and we pretty much don't know who she is, and that she didn't want them to meet this way. So hopefully we'll find that out the next episode. So with Captain Boomerang, what looks like him teleporting away earlier, that now we see him in his warehouse, and now the big reveal, spoiler alert. The first reveal we got was Red Death. Speaking of Captain Boomerang, looks like they've been working together. So whatever he was stealing was for him. And we see Red Death giving Captain Boomerang more boomerangs. And then he's trying to figure out what's their next move. And then we hear Red Death responding, it's not what we're after, it's who, I believe. So the Flash is never truly alone. Once I'm done with him, he will be. Very chilling. Wonder what that all means. But like we know, we'll find out as the season progresses. So what do you guys think? What was your thoughts about this episode? How do you feel about it? Was what you guys expected? How did you like the first reveal, the first look that we got of Red Death? Do we know who that is? Is it Caitlin or Frost? But it's neither. So what do you guys think of who it is? So just look out for my next review next week. I will be doing a review on the next episode. The next episode next week, Wednesday. It comes on at 7. So I should do my review. Might be posted like an hour after, or maybe the next day. Just stay tuned in, stay locked in. I'll make sure you guys know. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in and for watching. Hope to see you next week. It's been fun. Like always, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.